Hey guys, what's up? So, it's the final week, and I don't know, something happened this morning. I am excited that it's over because I want more time, but it is a bit bittersweet. I just had a conversation with Tef, and he's like, how do I feel? Like I have changed. And I love myself more than I ever have. I accept every part of myself. I feel powerful and able to exist in fully as myself, not just I do music or being one thing, but being me. I have way less anxiety. I mean, my anxiety is basically gone. I am recording better, I'm singing better, I'm feeling every moment. I don't care about anybody else's opinion on my journey or life except my own. Whatever I feel like doing, I am gonna do. And I am just really grateful to be here. I needed this book. I have had a crazy year with my health, my mental health. As I said, I'll address those in future videos or vlogs, my new style of vlog. We're gonna figure that out. And all of it culminated with this book to provide this transformation. I needed it. I underestimated how much of my being is creative. I am basically my whole being is creativity. I think because I'm very cerebral as well. I didn't think. And they have artists as being crazy and eccentric and just spontaneous, and I have more of a type A personality. And yeah, but I feel like an artist. My whole being, like I'm a creative. I'm born to create. And I realized a lot of the source of my anxiety came from when my parents died into religion, and it changed my life, and it came with a lot of anxiety. And it was sudden, and in my teens, and that's when you're finding yourself. And then I didn't have that room to find who I was without my parents holding God will send you to hell over my head. I couldn't be. And a lot of my anxiety, I realized, and what this book really helped me with, is really seeing God in a different light. Not just this scary dude who is like watching over your back, waiting for you to do something wrong and destroy you for it. I don't people realize how much religion plays into that, and how much it was in my subconscious, because I don't believe in religion currently. I believe in spirituality and God and all of that, but I don't believe in, like, say, you know, that structure. I think it's very man-made. And this week I realized how much that played into my anxiety. It, in the back of my head, it was kind of like you're going to hell if you do music, you know what I'm saying? It was constantly there, even though I'm not doing anything. It's just self-expression, you know. But I was terrified a lot in my teens that, you know, I was just going to die the next day and end up in hell. I mean, we were having like worship morning and evening, and it was always about end times and revelation, and that's scary. I realized it held me back from living, and I love that the book shifted my whole view of God and what I'm here to do and who I am, and it's just crazy, the transformation, like, and I didn't even feel anything like remotely like crazy powerful this week, but this morning I just woke up and I realized I am completely different in other ways, such as I don't people please like that. I have boundaries. I don't I don't have this craving to be accepted or validated by my parents or anybody, you know, the industry. And I've worked so hard to battle against that, but you know, you can put your mind to something, but it just shows that if you don't do the internal work and honesty and uproot things, you know, that true change isn't going to come. This week we also discussed the importance of like hobbies, and just like for me with painting, it's a place to be peaceful and meditate and figure out other things. I am, you know, in the middle of this, as I said, you know, I was like, you know, music was not on my mind. Now I feel inspired. I feel an expansion in me, and to the point where I got up this morning, I'm like, I'm gonna cut my hair. You know, I'm a different person. I looked in the mirror and I was like, this is not me anymore. I have changed. And yeah, I'm so grateful, and I've changed so much that I also want to just leave everything I've gone through in the past year or 2 years behind. Also, motherhood has transformed me. I want to embrace all the changes that have happened to me in the past 2 years. I think it's important. I feel new. You know how I feel? I feel like who I was before the world told me not to do this, not to do that. I grew up very sheltered. I couldn't go to friends' houses. I couldn't have friends over. And obviously that will play into why I have anxiety with performing, because I'm not naturally used to being comfortable around people. I have grown exponentially, okay? But yeah, I've been through. When I was sheltered, I was pure. I didn't have any preconceived notions, and once I got into the world, you know, I received a lot of hate, a lot of bullying, a lot of things that have changed me and caused me to kind of become recluse, because at that time it hurt. I mean, it hurt to the point where, there was a time I was suicidal. Like, I, and it was a big reason. I'm like, I had this concept that I could not be loved if I was my full self because of it. And this book has made me like not give a fuck about any of that. And I think also where I am, being in your 30s has a change in that. Being a mother, I mean, when, especially mother of a boy, when a boy loves you this much just for who you are and you're yourself, it changes you. It's like, I am pretty amazing. Thanks for helping me feel like this, dude. And yeah, also same when being loved for myself. And it also started with Tef. He has always supported me and encouraged me to just be who I am, and confidently. And I am just so happy I did this book. It was therapy all around, just for me, being not just the creative side. I am a creative, so it uprooted me because I am an artist, I am a creative. And yeah, moving forward, I'm just excited to see what happens when I just live in my truth and live in me and live in my power. And I'm excited to have the time to do that, and have the time where I won't have this book filling my time, and explore and roam what exactly that means and define it. And yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, my phone keeps running out of space. But yeah, I think that is my conclusion, my final thoughts on everything. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm not afraid to put myself out there anymore. I'm just being me, and that's as good as it gets. So like and subscribe, because I will be doing more vlogs and more content. And yeah, join the journey. Pick up on yourself for following me. This was exciting. I'm glad I did it. Yeah, see you in the future.